Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Venus, which on 11th of August is going to enter the sign of Virgo, which is a sign of its debilitation as well. And it is going to stay there in this Virgo sign till 5th of September. So what kind of results we can anticipate? We are going to have our discussion on that. Because friends, whenever we talk about the transit of planet Venus, it is a very important transit, specifically if this planet rules and has a say in important areas of your life. So for example, if your moon sign is ruled by Venus, your moon sign is of Taurus or Libra, or your ascendant is Taurus or Libra, or you by yourself, your occupation, your profession, or your livelihood completely comes in the purview of this Venusian field. Like for example, you work in the fields of fashion, beauty, PR management, anything to do with the film, mass media, entertainment, performing arts, then definitely this transit can actually bring some change, or it is important for you to understand that basis your ascendant, what kind of energies this transit is going to create for you. And friends, when we talk about the transit of Venus, so its transit is not as of long duration like other planets, for example planet Saturn or Jupiter or Mars. But the good part about the Venus is that it's Venus only which in astrology, which in our lives represents happiness. The transit of Venus can actually give you some good social contacts, could give you some love, some romance, some kind of like new contacts, new opportunity. So all those things can materialize basis how strong Venus is in your natal chart, how strong Venus is in the transit, and basis its movement like as per your ascendant, in which area of life specifically it is going to impact you. Now friends, when we talk about the transit of Venus in the Virgo sign, so like the way I have already mentioned this thing, that it is a sign of its debilitation. So now what does this indicate? So friends, you have to understand this thing, that Venus in itself tells about charm, about happiness, about diplomacy, tact, and good savvy relationship management. And as you know that Virgo is a sign which represents perfectionism, Virgo is a sign which represents being critical. So the placement of Venus either in the natal chart or whether even in the transit is a little bit sensitive energy, because the first thing which departs from the relationship, if you are going to bring lot of criticism, lot of expectation, a bar of expectation is going to be high. So the first thing which is going to depart from the relationship, that thing is definitely going to be love. So now what I'm trying to say over here is that the involvement or the influence of Venus in the Virgo, you cannot relate it as always bad. It could function in a good way, that it could make someone a very good housewife, it could make someone a very good employee, it could also make you perfectionist and very loyal and very caring in the relationship, but at the cost of being overly critical. So the love aspect in the relationship could suffer. Like friends, if I were to give you my own personal experience, so there is one very good friend of mine. She is a working actor in Vancouver, and she is obviously a Libra ascendant, and her major planetary concentration is in her 12th house. So ascendant lord is in the 12th house, Venus in the Virgo, that too in the Hasta nakshatra, moon is also in the Hasta nakshatra. So like whenever we have to plan for any class, or she has to self tape or record herself for any audition, so trust me, like comparing it with my approach in art, in creativity, I am a Venus Dhanishta person. So I have a very, like, I would not say superficial, but very like I should, and I always believe in going with the flow. And if I were to share her approach, till the last moment she is always going through the lines, even if she is perfect, making her nervous, being very overcritical of her performance. So at the end what happens is that the way you could perform or you could deliver, when the things and the creativity is flowing naturally out of you, so that natural essence many times suffer. So that is something friends which I wanted to tell you, just a basic overview, an idea of the transit of Venus in the Virgo sign. Now we will start our discussion basis all the ascendants that this movement or this transit of Venus is going to bring what kind of results for all of us. I would still say this thing that like the time when Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo and it is going to get conjunct with Venus, like on 26th of August. Once Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo, then we could still expect that the critical approach or the discomfort of Venus could still be appeased. But before that, specifically time from 11th to 25th of August, in the matters of Venus, you have to remain little bit cautious that your over critical approach should not cost the love and the harmony in the relationship. So okay friends, beginning with the Aries ascendant native. So friends, for all the Aries ascendant native, Venus is a Marak but a important planet as well, because it rules your house of finances, your speech, your values, and it also rules your 7th house of partnership, of relationship, your public image. So in the transit, Venus is going to go debilitated in your 6th house. So like the way I have already mentioned this thing, that wheresoever in your daily work life, if any of the financial like dealing is involved, so you have to remain bit cautious. Like when I say cautious, I mean to say, or the person's credibility is little bit questionable, so you have to remain bit cautious, specifically while dealing or engaging with new people in the matters of finances. Definitely this is going to be a time when you will be overly critical while working on your craft. If you are a self-employed person, or let's say for example you are on a mid management or on a senior management, there is a team of people who work under you, so just try not to be very over the top critical while dealing in all those kind of matters. And friends, I also want to say one more thing, because 6th house has also to do with the concerns of your health. So let's say for example, if in your case any of the concerns of Venusian health related matters are getting qualified, like this could be any of the concern of reproductive organs, or any of the concern of sugar, diabetes, any of those concerns, so try to remain bit cautious and take good care of your health. And lastly friends, like the way this thing that Venus in a debilitated state in your 6th house, because your ascendant lord right now is very strong in your 5th house, so might be you will be very much engaged and inclined towards the pleasurable side of the life, if that is getting qualified in your case. So the moment Venus is going to enter in your 6th house, try to remain a bit cautious, specifically like this is a thing which I want to say to all the males, that for example, or anyone who is attracted to a female. So my concern over here is that if other person's public image or character is little bit questionable, so try to remain bit cautious around that person, because you never know, whatever your intentions are, but that person might entangle you in some work related controversy or problem. So try to remain bit cautious. And also in the matters of money or lending money, you have to remain bit cautious and aware, specifically till 26th of August, till the time Mercury has not entered the sign of Virgo. Now moving ahead friends, for all the Taurus ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, just because Venus is your ascendant lord, it is a very important planet for you guys. And in transit, Venus is going to enter your 5th house and it is going to go debilitated over there. So I would say friends, like for all those people who are still student or going through any sort of studies and training, certification, so try to remain bit cautious, bit careful. Like rather I would still say friends, the Venus going debilitated in your 5th house could still be seen as a good approach, that it is going to make you little bit over the top critical regarding your focus in your education. So from that aspect, this transit could still be seen as very beneficial. Like the only problem is that friends, like all those areas of like creativity where your over the top critical approach could land you in trouble. Like for example, like I have always worked in the creative fields, so like all those people who are always taking feedback from different people and they're not able to land to one single conclusion, or the way they have to deliver or they have to work. So that kind of confusion, enigmatic situation in your craft, in your creativity could happen. So in those areas you have to remain a bit cautious. And along with that friends, like the way I have already mentioned this thing, for students and all those people who are still going through academics, this period or this transit of Venus could still create some very good energy for all of you people. But in the matters of love and romance, like for those people who are already in relationship, so try not to act bit pricey, unreasonable, over demanding, or being over the top critical or perfectionist. In those areas of life, you have to remain cautious. This is something for all those people who are already in relationship. And for all those people who are single, so try to remain bit cautious that what kind of energies get generated over during this time of Venus's transit in your 5th house. Like all those people who come to your life, are they actually attracted towards you with good pious intentions, or they have their own agendas or bias approach while approaching you? So try to remain a bit cautious while dealing in any of those matters. And lastly friends, for all those people who work in stock market, trading, any sort of speculation, I would still say that first of all, to begin with, till the time you are doing your work in a proper fashion, you are being working in a very perfectionist approach, so I do not say that you landing in any sort of difficult or enigmatic situation. Good results basis your own research and own work can still be anticipated. Moving ahead friends, for all the Gemini ascendant native, Venus is going to transit your 4th house. So friends, as you know this thing that Venus and its influence, its movement, its presence in the 4th house is considered as very beneficial, because in the 4th house it also gets the directional strength as well. And in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 12th house, of your hidden passion, of your 5th house, of your intellect, of your creativity. So the transit of Venus in the 4th house can be seen as good in this regard, that whatsoever happens from the 4th house, your heart pours out those emotions. So like Venus's presence in the 4th house can actually make you take decision from the core of your heart, whatsoever area of life you are currently engaged in. You are an entrepreneur, you are a creative person, you are in any sort of corporate role, so your emotions, your feelings will actually pour out. From that way or from that regards, this transit can still be seen as beneficial. The only vulnerability over here is that friends, like for all the living signification of the 4th house, so now 4th house does not only tells about your relationship with your mother, because like for example, if you are living away from your parents, you are going through your higher studies, you are living in hostel, you are living with your roommates, so 4th house tells about your relationship with those people. So I mean to say, try not to be over the top critical, try to find out the solution of any problem with harmony, with little bit of the diplomacy, with gracefulness. So if you are going to like inculcate that approach specifically for the next few days, so I would say this transit of Venus in your 4th house can still bring out some good energy, some good results, because this is the house, a natural house where Venus tends to act in a beneficial way. And for all those people friends in whose case any of the Venusian and the 4th house related occupation, livelihood, aspiration is getting overlapped. So for example, you deal in luxury goods, you deal in artificial jewelry, of anything to do with the luxury vehicles or anything of that nature. So I would say that good results can be anticipated. Like the way I always say this thing, see friends, it all comes down to individual. For me to flourish, to thrive, and my definition of living life is how much contentment, how much happiness and love is around me. So it all comes down to individual. Even the Venus's presence in the Virgo could still be seen as good from the materialistic approach, and in extreme cases, native might not even hesitate in exploiting relationship just for some temporary material gains. Moving ahead friends, like if you want to understand the results for all the Cancer ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, like the way you know this thing that Venus has got a very important portfolio or role in your life, because it has got the rulership of your 11th house, of your wish fulfillment, of your social influence, and it has also got the rulership of your 4th house. And friends, in the transit, Venus is going to enter your 3rd house. So friends, like the way at the beginning of this video I said this thing that the transit of Venus brings us a lot many social contacts, some love, so romance. So now and it has also got the rulership of your 4th house of your deep emotions and 11th house of relationship. So the one thing which I want to advise to all the Cancer ascendant native is that in any case you guys are very emotional, you are always overflowing with emotions and feelings. So this is not the right time for you to actually attach your emotions in like in any sort of situation where you are being introduced to a new person, or you are being introduced to a new hobby or any sort of new group or new engagement. I would say try to remain bit practical, bit realistic, because you might be offering your emotions and the other person might not have that equal tuning of emotions in return to offer it to you. So try to remain a bit cautious in that regard. But let's say, for example, for all those people who are like freelance people or like working in the fields of sales, media, marketing, content creation, so these people can still get benefited because of their over the top critical approach in their content, in their craft. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Leo ascendant native. So friends, for all the Leo ascendant native, Venus has got a very important portfolio, because it is the lord of your 10th house, of your profession, of your livelihood, and it has also got the rulership of your 3rd house, of your courage, of your valor, and in transit it is going to enter your 2nd house. So friends, like any of the matters of your financial engagement and dealings needs to be taken with lot of care and contemplation. The second thing is that because the 10th house has to do with your profession, 3rd house has to do with our capacity to take initiative and our willfulness, and in the transit Venus going debilitated in your 2nd house. So I would say in any of the important professional and work related matters, like where you have to speak to people, talk to people, give presentation, handle any meeting, so I would say try to remain bit cautious, bit careful. I will again say this thing, that your approach, your vision might have good insights in it. It might be good for you, for the company, for the team, for the people you are working in, but it might offend other people. So Venus in a dignified state just tells about the diplomatic way, the harmonious way of handling the situation. So I would say try to remain bit cautious, bit diplomatic in any sort of those important situation circumstances. Moving ahead, friends, for all the Virgo ascendant natives, Venus is going to transit to your 1st house. So friends, as you know this thing, that in your case Venus has got the rulership of your 2nd house, of your speech, of your values, of your finances, and it has also got the rulership of your 9th house, of your fortune, of your luck, of your religious austerities, and in transit Venus is going to come right over to your 1st house. So friends, as you know that Venus in itself, no matter in which dignity it is present in, this is the sign, because planet in itself represents the energy. The sign just gives them a platform, a theme, the way they are going to manifest that energy. But in any case, the energy of Venus is about happiness, about beauty, about charm, and as it is going to enter your 1st house, so this could be a time when the spotlight is going to be on you. Some good compliments, some good party invitation might be coming your way. From that regard, this transit can still be seen as beneficial. One more thing, friends, over here is that just because Venus has also got the rulership of your 2nd house as well, and the house lord of your finances has gone 12 places ahead of it. So like you have to remain bit cautious over here, that whatsoever engagement you are a part of, whomsoever come to you, so like before giving your final yes or committing to any of the project, specifically where financial dealings are getting qualified, you have to remain bit cautious. But again, friends, like the way I always say this thing, that for the Virgo ascendant native, see friends, you have to understand the essence. Over and above our human capabilities, our human potential, the only one thing which can help us in the journey of this life is the divine surrender, divine refuge. So in your case, if you actually want to reinforce and flourish your financial state, so the planet which rules your 2nd house of finances also rules the 9th house of divine grace as well. So I would say this period could be seen as a very good time for you to make some donations, some charitable association can actually bring some very good results for you. Like the way, friends, I always say this thing, like astrology is all about finding the alternative way by which we can make the planetary vibrations and energies harmonious to us. So let's say, for example, if someone who has got Mars and the Saturn kind of combination in the 8th house of surgery, and that dasha or that transit is activating that time period, so we would say that okay, if the energies of accident is very much imminent, so rather than you getting or entangled into any sort of accident, it's better you by yourself do some blood donation. So that is how an astrologer or a psychic can help you, putting you in an alternative path where you might evade that kind of difficulty which the planetary vibrations might be creating for you. So I would say for all the Virgo ascendant native, this could be seen as a very beneficial time, specifically for any sort of charitable donations, any sort of religious austerities can actually bring some very good energy. The only one area where you have to remain cautious and vulnerable, because till the time we are not going to reach the 25th of August, your ascendant lord is already transiting in the house of losses. So you have to remain bit cautious, specifically in your financial engagement or giving financial commitment to anyone. Moving ahead, friends, for all the Libra ascendant native, your ascendant lord Venus is going to go debilitated in your 12th house, and Venus has also got the rulership of your 8th house as well. So friends, like the way you know this thing that 12th house has a lot to do with spirituality. The only difference between the spirituality of the 8th house and the 12th house is that 8th house is something which is in your control. You want to progress in the matters of 8th house. All what is required is discipline. And when we talk about 12th house, all what is required is complete surrender. So I would say, rather than crying foul play of this transit of your ascendant lord, try to channelize and elevate your energies by doing yoga, by doing meditation. Like I would say, if any ways you could escape the running around of the life, if that is possible in your case. So like for example, your nature of work, your education, your studies allows that to take a natural retreat, like a short trip to any sort of nearby mountains and to a beach. So if those kind of travels and excursions are possible, so try to take that. That is going to be a little bit relaxing. This is not the right time for you to take over the top additional responsibilities, because they might drain you a lot of your energy. So try to remain a bit cautious over there in all those matters. And apart from that, friends, in all those cases where any sort of addictions is getting qualified, overindulgence in any of the sensual matters is getting qualified, so you have to remain a bit cautious that there has to be a balance in all of those matters. But I would still say, like all those people in whose case in any way the working in the adult industry is getting qualified, they still could get benefited. But in general, for everyone, if I were to say, this is not the right time for you to trust on any one where credibility issues are involved regarding the matters of finances. And let's say, for example, if you have to give your final nod to any of the important lifetime decision, so I would say at least wait till 25th of August. So till that time, till specifically from 11th till 25th of time, if you could postpone some of the important lifetime decisions, so I would say give it a thought. And lastly, friends, as you know that 12th house has also to do with the donations, with the charitable gestures. So I would say, if let's say for example, if the whole transit and your ongoing dashas are very prominently indicating towards lot of expenses coming your way, so at least you can make those expenses and give it a direction of some good karma in the form of making some good generous charitable donations. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Scorpio ascendant natives, so friends, in your case this transit of Venus is going to take place in your 11th house. And as you know that Venus has got a very important role in your life, because Venus has got the rulership of your 12th house and it has also got the rulership of your 7th house. So trust me, Venus has a key that any sort of association, any sort of relationship and deep committed relationship could actually elevate your energy centers or could become a reason of your fall. Friends, okay, I generally in my in my work on my this YouTube channel, I never bring out negative cases, negative examples, but sometimes it is very important for every one of us to understand how the energies work. Like I still remember when I was new to Canada, I happened to run into this person, and he was a nice guy. He showed me his chart. So he was a like a Scorpio ascendant native, and in his case, his 10th house lord sun was debilitated in the 12th house. So I saw that sign. I advised him certain remedies. I had seen that coming, because I knew that, because the 10th house lord debilitated in the 12th house of foreign land, foreign settlement. So there was a lot many indications which I actually foreseen in his chart. But just because someone who has recently moved to a new country, he's very enthusiastic, he's very like optimistic, so the only one thing which I can do is that I can give him some indications and emphasize strongly on the remedies. But later on I got to know that he got involved where like sun, the 10th house lord, is debilitated in a feminine sign in the 12th house. So some lady put some sexual allegation against him, and because of that everything got into records, and he was not been able to after that find any good decent job because of his that case which got reported and documented everywhere in the government files. So that is something, that is how the energies work. So now I did not give that example because it has something to do with this transit, but I just wanted to give you this indication that it is very important to understand how our energy centers are working, what they are making us liable for or entitled for or blessed for, so that we start working in that direction. You cannot adapt or mold your life completely in contradiction with your chart. The planetary alignments in your chart are there for a specific reason. So you have to mold your aspirations. You're running around in tandem with your energies rather than going against the tide. So yeah friends, for the Scorpio ascendant people, like the way Venus is an important planet, and its presence in the 11th house is definitely going to create some good energies in the form of relationship, new social contacts, new social engagement. The only concern over here is that Venus being in the Virgo sign is not an energy of grace, harmony, love, nourishment, care. It is all about being very critical. So I would say you might run into all those people who in the face of criticism, it might work in your favor, it might work in your benefit. So it all comes down to whether you have that eye for detail or whether you are receptive enough to understand and take out and extract the good morals out of any situation. Because the problem with the Scorpio ascendant native is that they are very intense, they could be the most loyal people, they could be most dedicated. Only one thing which they have to learn is to let go and always take criticism in a right way, because otherwise criticism many times for the Scorpio natives take the shape of resentment and kind of feeling of getting offended. So just because your ascendant lord, which is already very strong in a position of strength in your 10th house, actually making you dedicated, devoted towards your professional growth, and along with that, with this transit of Venus in your 11th house, I would say that some sort of social contact influence for your good, for your advantage can actually materialize. I'm not seeing this energy very positive in the form of the love or some kind of like romantic entanglement or those kind of energies. I'm not seeing very positive. But in the matters of encashing on your social influence, basis your social influence, climbing the ladder of success, in that regard this transit of Venus can still be seen as a very good time for all the Scorpio ascendant native. And lastly friends, because Venus is debilitated in the 11th house, so in any sort of group setting your behavior needs to be well monitored. So let's say for example, if there is any sort of perversiveness in your behavior, in your like the way you speak, the way you conduct or project yourself, so you might head towards some embarrassing situation. So there you have to remain a bit cautious. Moving ahead friends, now if you want to understand the results for all these Sagittarius ascendant natives, so friends, in your case Venus is going to enter your 10th house. So as you know that Venus in your case guys is a very important planet. It has got the rulership of your 11th house, of your wish fulfillment, and it has also got the rulership of your 6th house, of your daily work life. So like whenever we say that if the Sagittarius ascendant native, if he is a skilled person, he is any sort of competitive situation and he wants to attain any sort of title, any sort of wish fulfillment, and he's working hard for that. So Venus only which has got this say, this portfolio to grant this wish. So the transit of Venus in the 10th house is actually going to create this energy that at your workplace, all those people before with whom you might have a very harmonious relationship, they might act a bit critical. The bar of expectation might get very high, and this is not the right time for you to cajole or smooth talk with your bosses. This is the time that your work should speak. But let's say for example, if you took this approach of smooth talking your anyone in your daily work life who is going to play a key role, so things might backfire. So let your work speak, and that is how you can get good results of this transit of your Venus in your 10th house. And let's say for example, if God forbid in any sort of tumultuous or difficult turbulent situation while engaging and dealing with your bosses, so my again recommendation to you guys is that rather than getting offended or being going back at your boss with intensity, I would say taking and imbibing a diplomatic approach is going to be the solution for this transit of Venus in your 10th house. Moving ahead friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Capricorn ascendant natives, so friends, in your case the transit of Venus is going to take place in your 9th house, and as you know that for the Capricorn ascendant native, Venus holds a very key role. Guys, you have to understand this thing that whenever we talk about the rich people, we talk about all those people who live very luxurious life. So the significator of luxury, significator of wealth in itself is Venus. Like Jupiter is also significator of wealth, but the wealth of Jupiter is more sattvic in nature. But when we talk about the, like in today's day and age, the kind of luxury which people crave for, so that domain Venus only holds. Like all those people who have island, who have mansion and all the luxury cars, so that completely is a domain of Venus. Now the point which I'm trying to make over here is that for the Capricorn ascendant and the Aquarius ascendant native, this planet holds a very important portfolio because it is a Yoga Karaka planet, a game changer planet for the Capricorn and the Aquarius ascendant native. And as you know that they both ascendants are being ruled by the planet Saturn, which in itself represents big dreams, big ambition, big power. If you want to play something big in this drama of life, trust me, it's Saturn only which hold this potential. Like I have seen all those people who are operating, working with a small setup, and the time when Saturn Dasha, Saturn transit activated their energies, their planetary vibrations, the small setup actually became a multi-city, a multinational chain of business, franchisee business. So it becomes very important that for the Capricorn and the Aquarius ascendant native, Venus holds this potential to give them the luxury and the riches which they will be craving for. So friends, coming back to your transit results, Venus has got the rulership of your 5th house, of your risk-taking abilities, of speculative interest, and it has also got the rulership of your 10th house, of your actions in the society. And Venus going debilitated in the 9th house is indicative of, to begin with, I would recommend that this is not the right time for you guys to be completely dependent on lucky break, because a lot of the 5th house aspirations are dependent on the luck. So you should be working hard in crafting your own luck. And apart from that friends, like let's say for example, for work related travels, this could still be seen as a very good time. For all those people who are student, this time period can actually create some very good energy. And for all those people who are, like for example, they are in relationship and they are waiting for the final nod coming, or from their parents, or from like all those people in their life who hold this authority to approve of their relationship, so I would say you should wait till the time Venus moves to the next sign of Libra, a sign ruled by Venus itself. But till the time Venus is transiting in the in the Virgo sign debilitated, rather it could also create that kind of energy that if you're actually having a clandestine relationship or a relationship which is not being acknowledged or approved in your community, so that relationship might get exposed as well. So try to remain a bit cautious. And let's say, for example, friends, whenever we talk about the stature of being a guru, so that stature is being controlled by both Venus and the planet Jupiter. So for any sort of learning, and you are very much devoted towards any sort of performing arts, if that is getting qualified in your case, so trust me, there is definitely going to be good insights, good inspiration, good feedback, good teachings coming your way. So from the learning prospect, this transit could still be seen as very promising for all the Capricorn ascendant native. And let's say, for example, friends, if in your case you are in any way working in the fields of mass media like films, television, business, so try to work very hard during this time. And I would say that once Venus is going to enter your 10th house, that is going to be the time when you can anticipate good results. But right now the energy is of bringing more refinement in your craft and working very hard. And trust me, once Venus is going to move the next sign, you will also experience the fruits of the good merits and the luck supporting you for your hard work. Moving ahead, friends, for all the Aquarius ascendant native, so friends, in your case, Venus is going to enter your 8th house. So the 8th house energy is little bit sensitive. So it all comes down to how everything is falling in place. So Venus in the 8th house could be a significator of a lot of passion, but basis the sign placement, it is a little bit vulnerable energy. So specifically for all the Aquarius ascendant native, Venus is a very important planet for you. So like the way we say, if you're not going to honor and respect the essence of your important planet, if in its positive state it has the power to take you to the heights, so in its negative state it could also become responsible for your fall as well. So now what I'm trying to say over here is that, like any sort of overindulgence in the matters of sensuality, in the matters of partying, drinking, there has to be balance, there has to be moderation over there. And specifically if your engagement and like your dealing involves dealing with people with questionable character, so try to remain a bit cautious over there. Otherwise, some sort of allegation, some sort of gossip, some sort of bad name kind of energy can get created only if your activities by itself are not going to be controlled and monitored. And just because, friends, as you know this thing that see, for all the Aquarius ascendant native, Venus has got a rulership of some good house as well. Like it has got definitely the rulership of your 9th house, of your luck, of your fortune, and it has also got the rulership of your 4th house as well. Like whatsoever happens from the 4th house, that happens from the core of your heart. So I would say, like if in your case, whichever area of a line of work you are engaged in, there is definitely going to be intensity, there is definitely going to be strong surge of energy which will go in all of those aspirations. So like for example, whether you are a student, you are a creative person, you are in any sort of tech related, technology related field, because a lot many Aquarians end up working in the tech industry, tech fields only. So definitely there is going to be good intense devotion which could bring some unpredictable, some strong positive results as well. The only the area where you have to remain cautious is that your sensual and the indulgences of the life, if that is getting qualified in your case, there has to be balance over there. And for all those people whose activities, their behavior and their conduct in the society is a bit questionable, so trust me, energy might fall back onto you. So remain a bit cautious. You should be always cautious, but during this time over and extra cautious. And lastly, friends, if you want to understand the results for all the Pisces ascendant native, so friends, in your case, Venus is going to go debilitated in your 7th house. So I would say, like the way I started this video on this note, that if in relationship you are going to be over the top critical, so the one thing which is going to depart is love. So try not to be come across very unreasonable, over the top critical with your partner. So in that regard, you have to remain a bit cautious. But friends, as you know that 7th house has also to do with your public image. All those people who are holding a government seat, or all those people who are, they have this kind of celebrity status, they are popular. So I would say that this transit of Venus in your 7th house might attract a lot of criticism your way. So try to remain a bit positive in this regard, that the criticism is not always for our disadvantage. This could also be utilized in the form of our own personal development and growth as well. So in those areas of life, friends, you have to remain a bit cautious. And along with that, friends, like the way Venus has also got the rulership of your third house as well, apart from the rulership of the eighth house. So try to remain a bit cautious, the kind of people and the kind of energies which are coming your way, like all those people who you are inviting in your personal area and the circle of influence, what kind of intentions they have. There might be some sort of biased and intentions, motives to all those people who might be coming your way. So try to remain bit cautious, bit alert while dealing in all those kind of engagement. But again, friends, this time period can be seen as good in this regard, that you can actually learn from your criticism. This time period can be seen as very good in this regard, that this is the time when you are going to be intensely getting dedicated, devoted to bringing more refinement in your craft. And in the matters of your matrimonial life or your relationship, try not to come across as very unreasonable or very critical to the extent of offending your partner or creating a rift in the relationship. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs on this transit of Venus in the Virgo sign for all the ascendants. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.